The core philosophy. From individuals to groups to entire communities and extending throughout the world, we are driven by our core philosophies. A core philosophy is the central belief and knowledge system that drives your life. You think and act from and through the energy field of your core philosophy. It is responsible for your thoughts, emotions and attitudes as well as for your responses to what happens to you. It is your center and default. It is the generator of your life story. It is what runs your life. It is your identity, your persona, your sense of self, and who you are at your deepest level. It is what protects you, shapes your vision, and predetermines where and what you will be throughout your life journey. If we are to effect lasting change in our lives, it is vital that we not only understand what core philosophies are and how they shape our lives, but also how we can permanently and finally change them to suit our highest vision for our lives. This book shows the way forward to achieving this. If your core philosophy or that of the society you live in is wrong, everything you or the society you live will ultimately be wrong. Your best efforts will only give you temporary palliative comfort. Have you ever felt inspired by a motivational speaker or a great book, and yet could not achieve what it prescribed? Have you ever said to yourself, "Now I'm really going to improve my life," only to find that within a few days you're back to your old self? This is so because you will always default back into your core philosophy. It is your soul's residence. Certainly, compared to the days when we lived in the jungle with our animal cousins, we have made progress in social uprightness. We have learned some social politeness that inspires us to say, "Please, excuse me, and thank you." Most of the time, however, these are routines only.
No.
If we were to ask ourselves what the most important things in life are, we would find that the answer is universal. The core desire of every person is peace, happiness, and love. In an attempt to provide these, we have developed wonders of technology and science, yet the sorrows deepen and the human fears and frustrations have become epidemic. If we do not address our most fundamental nature, we are doomed to repeat our mistakes throughout eternity. Yet if we can grasp the essence of who we are and live in harmony with nature, we can finally transcend our humanness and live a life of utter joy, peace, and bliss. You might naturally ask yourself, so how do I get there? You may have already tried numerous programs, including books and self-help gurus that promise to change your life. The truth is that any meaningful program that will transform your life and society must address your core philosophies, the philosophy that drives your life. Whether you will experience heaven or hell is determined by the core philosophies you live by. If you agree with me that so far, the core philosophy humanity has lived in has not provided the needed peace and happiness desired by all, then we are ready to move forward into lasting change. This book is about changing the core philosophies of life. The tools provided are the easiest for decoding the code of your non-working core philosophies and providing you with the tools to quickly embrace philosophies that work. To be workable, every philosophy and the principles that go along with it must be in harmony with nature. Nature starts from the electron, neutrons and protons of the atom and extends to the infinite galaxies. It is too complex to be circumscribed by your mind and human efforts. To go against nature is to pay the price for it. An easier way of living is to live by nature's sense. You must step down from technology sense into common sense, then upscale into nature sense. It is easy to do. Whether your life is meaningful, substantial, or successful depends on your core philosophy. It predetermines your interpretations and expectations, and if they are not in harmony with nature, you will hurt and injure your life. For the majority, your core philosophies are not in harmony with nature. They are passed along to you, and you have just accepted them. The human paradigm has so far not worked, and there is nothing to suggest that it will ever work because its current principles are not in harmony with nature. I invite you to read on with an open mind and integrate these principles into your daily life. My promise to you is that if you embrace these fundamental principles, your life will change for the better, and you will experience miracles in your everyday life. Enjoy your new journey. How to use this book. The principles in this book result from many decades of spiritual research on what keeps humans away from the attainment of their highest good. Each principle is capable of setting you free. Some of the principles directly address the cuds that run your life, while others address the need to reinforce and expand soul abilities. At the end of each principle, a program for release and empowerment is provided. Use the prompts and processes to release yourself from cuds or to reinforce and expand your identified soul ability. Where a program for release is not available, use one of the 3 master programs in the appendix. These programs relate to every principle and may be used in addition to those provided. Use them to process yourself to empowerment. Principle 1. The principle of existence. Life is about pain, but pain is not about you. I call this the principle of existence. There are 2 forces for existence. They are the forces of pain and pleasure. By pain, I mean the mental, emotional, and physical obstacles and injuries such as physical diseases and accidents, emotional upsets, fears and guilt, and mental anxieties and worries. Its opposite, pleasure, is the success, joy, and happiness we feel when all is going well. The thinking system of mankind is that life is for pleasure and pain is an enemy. You are directly or indirectly taught how to resist or escape from pain. This thinking system is so strong that it created a so-called devil as the cause of your pains and hell as the home or the final residence of perpetual pain. Primarily, you are pleasure being, so you easily yielded to the proposition that pain is an enemy. When you are in pain, you feel unfortunate or guilty and believe that there is something wrong with you or somebody is out there to hurt you. Such a teaching is not in harmony with nature, and when all through life you have lived by it, your life will be devoid of the peace you crave to experience. What is natural is to see pain as an ally and a catalyst for your highest good. You and all people want to have a sense of achievement, and that requires that you be provided with pain or obstacles to embrace and break through. You are welcome to life. You have embarked upon the eternal journey of self-determination and conscious self-actualization that we call life. By whatever means you came here, you have already boarded the life ship, and there is no turning back. You better learn how it works and begin to enjoy it to the full. You were chosen to come into this world, and, in turn, you chose to come. In other words, you conspired with life to be here at this time and in the manner that you came. The fact that you were chosen means you were ripe for this life journey. Also, you must have believed in yourself to choose to come. There was no compulsion. You agreed with the process of life. If you were not to be here, where would you be, and what would that life be like? The Creator feels good about every space of his/her creation. Wherever you find yourself, you are abiding in the space he/she created. Not all souls have this opportunity to be chosen, and not all are ripe to nominate themselves. You must be special and must have believed in yourself to choose this life. Where you are and what is happening is exactly what you signed up for. If you are temporarily confused, that is okay. Your spiritual creation is like the birthing of the sun from the darkness. You may be in the dawn of your life. Others are in their mid-morning, noonday, or twilight. This world is your home. You are not just passing through. Unpack your baggage, get to work, and begin to participate consciously in it and enjoy it. Life is really a game of pain and pleasure that evokes self-definition and conscious self-actualization. To understand what I mean, let's liken the intelligent force of the universe called God to the sun and liken you to a ray of light emanating from the sun. Your being contains the spectrum of infinite colors, potentialities. It is one thing to know you have these attributes and another to be conscious of them. You want to see, feel, taste, hear, and experience each color and define through them the virtues that you are. Take a look at the infinite colors that exist within light, each representing a virtue of the soul. That is what you want to define and be conscious of, and it is an infinite task. By living, you have chosen to actualize the colors, virtues, and attributes inherent within you as you. That is what I mean by self-definition and conscious self-actualization. To fulfill this wondrous goal, you cause the waters of your personal earth to rise and form clouds. These clouds are resistances to your free expression, the necessary restrictions or pains you need. And when you pass through the clouds like a ray of light, you break into the spectrum of rainbow colors that represent your potentialities. You thus become self-defined, and your inherent virtues become actualized. So you see, you need the clouds, the resistance, and the pain to break out and reveal the spectrum of your divine potentialities or virtues. Look at life. It is a game of pain and pleasure. Those who understand this are never disturbed, anxious, or overwhelmed by either of these, and this is the foundation of true wisdom, peace, and enlightenment. Nature did not intend life to be smooth. It presents you with mountains and valley. No river goes to the ocean in a straight path. It meets with obstacles and works its way through meandering paths. The seeming obstacles become the opportunity for us to build magnificent spectacles on mountain tops and river paths. A straight road over long distances may cause drivers to sleep, and that will result in fatal accidents. So, roads must have curves. Life is about pain, but pain is not about you. Pain is about the revelation and expansion of your God magnificence. When God is likened to the sun, you as its ray are the carrier of its magnificence, and you are here to express it. When your big head passed through the narrow birth canal, it was painful to you and to your mother. It was the necessary process that gave birth to you and joy to your mother. Going to school was painful. Its result is a sense of achievement that everyone craves. Neither Jesus, the Buddha, nor Krishna escaped pain. What is natural is for your use. The force of gravity is natural. You cannot destroy it. You just have to find how to use it. It prevents you from jumping high. It virtually keeps you down. Yet without the force of gravity, you cannot walk or play games. You use the force of gravity for games like soccer and basketball, and by studying gravity, you even use it for flying. What an immense benefit the force of gravity is. Similarly, pain is the necessary resistance needed for you to play the game of life. Play on. It is silly to lament over the force of gravity, and equally silly to lament over pain. Just as no one has worried about the force of gravity, you must not worry about pain. Rather embrace it and take it in stride, claiming your life. Emotions are energies in motion. Pain generates negative emotions. Every negative emotion has a positive intention. When you find that intention, it supports your growth. Dialogue with your negative emotions until they reveal their positive intentions. It is not necessary to make a litany of your pains. Everyone by age 18 has suffered shame, guilt, regret, fear, anger, and boastful pride, has been ill, has lost something precious, been abused, betrayed, rejected, or denied what is his/her right. The list is endless, and so what? Anyone who laments about any of these pains is just repeating his or her litany of woes. In spite of them, many have made it to greatness, while others have sunk into oblivion. Which of these two courses was chosen is simply the result of a decision that was made. The key word here is decision. Those who are living a life of power are those who decided to use all their pain as tools and catalysts for growth. Such people faced their pain, captured the learning from pain, and moved on to growth. Many others decided to nurse their pain. They found something to blame and hung on to it. They decided to use their pain to solicit existing and non-existing sympathies. Some may sympathize for a little while. However, they have their own survival needs to attend to and are busy attending to them rather than sympathizing with another. In any case, even if the whole world sympathizes with you, it is you who suffers and may continue to suffer. Those sufferers are always finding or creating excuses for remaining small and for falling into other series of pain. By the laws of life, you attract what you are, and when your psyche is filled with pain, you attract more of it. This means that those who think, feel, or believe that life is difficult will continue to experience difficulties. For them, therefore, life is cruel. When that is your belief, you attract more of the same. What happens to you in life is not important. It is what you make out of life, learning opportunities, that matters. Success stories are tales of triumphs over trials, victories over victimization. Make it your determination to create success stories out of your trials. Pain and pleasure. If you run from pain throughout your life, that is a problem in itself. This attitude entangles you in more pain. You are always looking for whoever will promise to take you away from pain, and you rush to any such promises. The pain you run away from, you run into because your mind is focused on what you run away from and will attract more of it. The pain you embrace, you master or transform into good. You do not need to suffer pain. To suffer pain is to allow your life to be run, motivated, or dictated to by pain. When you face up to pain, you handle it, and the power of your genius is increased and made nobler to handle future pains. When you are mature enough to handle pain, you become a solution center to pain. In such a state, pain no longer visits you. The light does not admit darkness. Similarly, the solution center you become through the mastery of past pains dissolves any future pain before it surfaces. Pain has a divine duty, to break out the glory of your soul. Pain came for you to identify your capabilities and celebrate your achievements. When the pain is not embraced, you are unconscious of your achievement and deny yourself the nourishment of your achievement. When you recall and celebrate your achievements, they nourish you and empower you for yet greater achievements. Celebrate your achievements and your psyche will be charged with energy that will draw the right people to you and provide you with the right ideas for greater achievements. You will not, however, be able to fully embrace your achievements until you embrace the difficulties, resistances, or pain you broke through. Pain and pleasure are inseparable twins. You cannot have just one side of the coin. Your embrace of pain makes it a supporting energy for your growth and advancement. Success is the breaking through of barriers. For example, going to school is the breaking through of a knowledge barrier. Think of the joy you feel as a result of having had a successful education. So, I say pain is the reason you are here living your life. But pain is not about you. It is about the activation and articulation of your potentialities. When you see pain as an ally instead of an enemy, pain loses its ability to hurt you. What you need is a change of attitude about pain. You must outgrow the attitude of, "It must not happen to me." Step into the attitude of, "Every condition I go through will reveal greater good in my life." Welcome pains and afflictions with the positive expectancy of the greater glory that will emanate from them. If you are willing to face pain, it cannot hurt. You are not some weakling dumped on earth. You are a god, here to define itself and enjoy its attributes. You are not here to chicken out or pass through life unscathed. Pain hurts only when you never deal with it. You are here to handle life. Whatever you can face, you can handle. Face pain, and you will always handle it. To the degree that you embrace both pain and pleasure and use them for your highest good, you are real. Pain believes in you and considers you a god who needed whatever learning it has in store for you. When pain is not handled, it is filed in your unconscious mind until you are ready for it. While residing in the unconscious mind, it attracts its like unto you. It may thus cause you to be triggered to overreact or cloud your vision and blur your understanding. Free yourself from the selfishness of "why me" and embrace the pain. Over time, you will gain mastery over your pain, and then you do not need to suffer it, because you have developed the strength of spirit to make a light meal of every pain. Pain is not punishment. Over the years, you have been deeply programmed to believe that pain is wrong, that it is an evil or punishment from life for the wrongs you have done, and that good times are blessings from life for the good you have done. With this notion, mankind created an imaginary monster called the devil, who is responsible for the pain they experience. Pain is therefore seen as yielding to this devil, and many theologies have it that with the increase of your errors, you will one day have to live with this devil in eternal pain. You therefore work to resist pain at all costs, and what you resist, you give attention to and energize it to persist. The devil picture produces fear that is a shade of pain, so in running away from pain, mankind has created a monster for pain. Whenever one mentions karma in Eastern theology, it carries the connotation of punishment. When one is in pain, therefore, she looks for sins committed to warrant the pain or engages in witch hunting. In so doing, past errors are brought into focus. By the law of the mind, what is focused on is increased, so these people end up worsening their plight. We seem to live in a pain-trapped world. With such a teaching as the foundation of all humanity, you can understand why the peace we crave deep within is not realized. And with such a teaching, it will not ever be realized. You are not punished for your past or for the errors of the moment. It is not punishment. It is an opportunity to activate and shine forth an attribute of God. No one punishes or rewards. The good you experience is a platform for higher good. If you become content with the good happening in your life, you will be stagnant and will cease to bring forth your higher goodness. Your past errors teach you, they do not punish you. When you embrace the pain quickly, you will find the learning and move into joy. Giving up. There is no victory crown in giving up. Everyone knows how to do that. Success stories are made up of the material and substance of challenges, pains, mistakes, and problems. Your attitude should be, I turn every challenge into a success story. Invitation to wholeness. I invite you to claim your life. Life is not ruled by sympathy or pity-compassion. Life holds the passion to wake you up to your greatness. Present pains grow on previous ones. If you clear all previous pains, you will have very little in your psyche to attract their like to yourself. Joy grows on previous joys. The more joy you have, the more joy you attract to yourself. Pain dissolves when you analyze it with a determination to look at its truth. The root causes of most pains are in the ages of conception to 18. The pains experienced in these ages, due to the nature of youth, can be exaggerated. To illustrate, return in your mind to age 3 and take a look at how tall you saw your father, uncle, or neighbor. Now see the same person through your adult eyes and see how he or she looks smaller or less imposing. Similarly, your mental pictures of shame, betrayal, or abandonment as a child or youth may be grossly exaggerated. In any case, most of the harm done to you was not intended to cause you pain. The malefactors were also pain-trapped, and since pain is all they knew, that is all they could give you. You are, however, entitled to the real you and not to their evil actions or inactions. Life is truly and fully good, so if the pain really happened, it carried life's learning for growth into goodness, resilience of spirit, and greater joy. For you to see the power of this principle, I will entreat you to do this. Please close your eyes and probe into yourself several times, asking, in thinking that life's pains are about me, what could my life be like? Come out with all the answers you can. Then probe once more, asking yourself, in realizing that life's pains are not about me and that they are about the activation and expansion of my inner potentialities, what could my life be like? Again, come out with several answers and you will feel a shift in consciousness. You will not fail to notice the release and empowerment, and that tells you what miracles await you with the practice of these principles. You are the potential. You are a field of infinite potentialities. You do not know what you are or have until you meet the challenge, or better still, challenge yourself to a great task. Self-analysis for freedom from pain, realizing that life is about pain and that pain is about your highest good, ennobles you to face up to pain with positive expectancy of the good to happen. It thus frees your focus from the pain to its possible good. What you focus on is what you attract and experience. The person who knows this simple truth is always joyous, even in the heat of pain. He or she welcomes pain as a friend and is focused on the certain joy that is emerging. Each pain is not just a challenge, it is an opportunity for a dawning glory. 1. Now I want you to list 50 pains you have experienced. 2. For each of them, list all the joys and learning that emerged. 3. Recall the pain with a determination to find its joy or learning. Once accomplished, never talk about the pain. Talk about the wondrous joy or learning. For example, when we see the rainbow, we ignore the clouds and speak only of the glorious colors spread across them. To know why you are what you are is the first step toward recovery from pain and movement to personal growth. Do this recovery process by asking yourself a series of questions several times and then face up to the answers without rationalizing or excusing yourself. For example, you may exercise all of the 5 regions of your life with the commands: 1. Psychologically, emotionally and mentally, why am I what I am today? 2. Spiritually, why am I what I am today? 3. Physically, why am I what I am today? 4. Financially, why am I what I am? 5. Socially, why am I what I am? Further probes could be these questions. Truthfully, could something I have experienced been better, or could I have done better? Write the responses as they reveal themselves. In living with the old paradigm that life's pains are about you, you live in fear. You are suspicious, angry and tired. You feel unfortunate and live in the why me syndrome. You are always looking for someone or something to blame. You feel small and insignificant. You may add others to the list, and truly this is not the world you want to live in. In stepping to the natural principle that life's pains are about the activation of your inner potentialities, you feel empowered. You are filled with passionate adventure. You are eager to know more and celebrate life. You are unafraid and able to face even death with joy. You feel omnipotent and wise. You may add more to this list, and truly that is the world you do want to live in. You can create it by practicing this principle. Lessons on the principle of pain. 1. Pain is natural, so don't make an issue out of it. 2. Present pains grow on previous ones. If you clear all previous pains, you will have very little in your psyche to attract their like to yourself. 3. The pain you run away from, you run into. The pains you confront will surrender their learning for your growth. 4. Use pain for your growth by determining each pain's positive outcome. Benefits of Principle 1. 1. When you consider pain as natural, you are not disturbed by its presence, and that makes it ineffective on you. 2. You release all past painful memories. 3. You are filled with great courage and enthusiasm when faced with a problem. 4. Nothing overwhelms you. 5. You are in dominion over life and truly happy.